In the silence of a broken room, shadows dance where hope once bloomed. Every whisper cuts too deep, memories I cannot keep. Fading echoes call my name. Nothing ever feels the same. I walk alone through pouring rain, tracing lines of hidden pain. Every step a scar remains. Every step a scar remains. Every breath recalls the chains. These traces of pain, they never fade, carved in my heart in every shade. I try to run, I try to hide, but they're stitched into my soul inside. These traces of pain, they follow me through every night, through every dream. No matter how far I go away, they're written in me, these traces of pain. Cracked reflections in the glass show a ghost from my past. Every tear I couldn't cry still lingers in my tired eyes. Broken promises remain like a never-ending stain. I try to wash it all away, but it comes back every day. Every word I left unsaid haunts the corners of my head. These traces of pain, they never fade, carved in my heart in every shade. I try to run, I try to hide, but they're stitched into my soul inside. These traces of pain, they follow me through every night, through every dream. No matter how far I go away, they're written in me, these traces of pain. If I could rewrite the past, break the chains that hold me fast, would I finally be free, or just lose what's left of me? Every scar tells a story untold. Every wound leaves a mark in the cold. I'm learning slowly to embrace the shattered parts I can't erase. These traces of pain, they made me strong. Though I've been broken for so long, I won't deny what I've been through. It shaped the heart I never knew. These traces of pain, they still remain, but now they whisper, not just scream. And maybe one day I will find a way to heal these scars of mine. In the quiet, I remain, not just lost, but more than pain. Every scar, a piece of me, becomes my own identity. I saw your shadow in the light, a fleeting shape then out of sight, like whispers lost upon the breeze. You slip away so easily. Your name is carved inside my mind, a silent echo I can't unwind. I reach for something never there, just fragments fading in the air. So close yet worlds apart, a distance drawn across my heart. The sun reached long and pulls me in, a quiet war I'll never win. I call your name into the dark, but only hear my own heart spark. The sun reached long and endless wide, a restless tide I cannot hide. No matter how I try to move on, I'm bound to you though you are gone. I trace the outlines of your face in empty rooms in every place, a ghost that lingers in my days, a melody that softly stays. The words we never got to say still haunt the edges of my way. If time could bend, if fate could break, would you return or would you fade? A single touch I never knew still feels so real, still feels like you. The sun reached long and pulls me in, a quiet war I'll never win. I call your name into the dark, but only hear my own heart spark. The sun reached long and deep and true, a sky I'll never travel through. No matter how I try to be strong, I live within this endless longing. Maybe in another life we're past the line and stars collide, we wouldn't be a distant dream or fragments of what might have been. Maybe then I'd hold you close instead of loving you like a ghost. But here I stand with empty hands, a heart that no one understands. Every breath a quiet plea for something that will never be. Still I stay, I still believe in something I will never reach. The sun reached long and won't let go, it lives in every high and low, a silent flame that never dies, reflected in my weary eyes. The sun reached long and bittersweet, a love incomplete, yet still so deep. And even if you're not my own, you are the place my heart has known. So I'll carry you through time, in every verse, in every rhyme, not as a loss, not as regret, but as a love I can't forget. The sun falls slow behind the grave, like it's afraid of what will stay. A fading light, a silent plea for shadows to come cover me. The colors bleed across the sky, like wounds that never learn to dry. And in that glow I feel it rise, the quiet ache I can't disguise. Daylight slips through broken hands, and leaves me where the darkness stands. This pain at dusk comes creeping in, where hope and night have always been. A fragile line I cannot trust, between what fades and what is lost. This pain at dusk, it knows my name. It calls me back into the same old echoes I can't outrun. When day is gone, the night's begun. The evening hums a hollow tune beneath the pale and watching moon. Each breath I take feels incomplete, like missing rhythms in a beat. I walk along familiar streets, where every corner still repeats the ghost of what I used to know, before the light began to go. Every shadow stretches long, like it knows where I belong. This pain at dusk comes creeping in, where hope and night have always been. A fragile line I cannot trust, between what fades and what is lost. This pain at dusk, it holds me tight, between the fading and the night. No matter how I try to heal, it finds me in what I still feel. If I could hold the dying light and keep it burning through the night, would I escape this endless echo, just delay what I can't break? The sky collapses into blue, a darker shade of something true. And in that shift I realize some wounds don't fade with brighter skies. I hear the silence louder now. It speaks in ways I can't allow. Yet still I stand, yet still I stay, a prisoner of the end of day. This pain at dusk won't disappear. It lives in every trembling fear. But maybe in the falling light, I'll learn to face it, not to fight. This pain at dusk carves me deep, but through the dark I'll try to keep a spark of something still alive, enough to help me just survive. And when the night has had its say and steals the last remains of day, I'll close my eyes, but still I'll feel that dusk is where my wounds reveal. I found your voice in quiet nights, between the echoes and the fights. A fragile sound, a distant call that lingers long after it's gone. Your memory walks beside my days, in subtle hints and quiet ways. A shadow stitched into my skin, a place I end, a place I've been. Every word I couldn't say still finds a way to make me stay. Between tears I see your face, in every line I can't erase. A love that lives but never heals, a truth my broken heart still feels. trace the silence in the air, as if your presence lingers there. A fleeting warmth I cannot hold, a story left but never told. The nights grow heavy on my chest, with every thought I can't suppress. 1,000 moments come and go, but leave behind what I don't show. Every step I take alone still echoes back to what I've known. Between tears, I see your face in every line I can't erase. A love that lives but never heals, a truth my broken heart still feels. Between tears, I hear your name, a quiet storm I cannot tame. And even when I try to be strong, it's where I feel that I belong. Maybe time will dim the light that keeps me reaching through the night. Or maybe I will always stay, half in the dark, half in yesterday. If healing comes, will it replace the hollow where I keep your space? Or will I learn to carry on with something missing, always gone? Every tear I let fall down draws a map of what I found. Not just loss, not just regret, but all the love I can't forget. Between tears, I start to see a different side of memory. Not only pain, not only scars, but proof of who we really are. Between tears, I let you go, not from my heart, but what I know. That love can stay though we must part. A quiet home inside my heart. So if you live in what I feel, and wounds that time may never heal, then maybe tears are not the end, but where the truth begins again. There was a time your voice would stay, like morning light that found its way through every crack inside my chest, and made the broken feel like rest. But now the silence grows too wide, a quiet space I cannot hide. Your echo lingers soft and gone, like something I can't hold for long. Every memory starts to blur, like distant shapes I can't be sure. This fading longing slips away a little more with every day. I try to hold what once was true, but time keeps pulling me from you. This fading longing, soft and slow, a fragile thread I used to know. And even though like pages left out in the rain, where ink dissolves in quiet pain. I walk the roads we used to share, but something's different in the air. The weight I carried in my chest feels lighter now, and that's the test. Am I healing or just letting go of something I don't wanna lose? This fading longing slips away a little more with every day. I try to fight, I try to stay, but it won't listen anyway. This fading longing, bittersweet, a slow retreat I can't defeat. And even though I still believe, it's leaving me, it's leaving me. If I could freeze a single frame before we started to change, would I remain inside that time, or still be forced to say goodbye? Maybe love was meant to fade, not disappear, just rearrange into a softer, quieter place where it no longer needs your face. I feel you less in every breath, not like a loss, not like a death, just something gently stepping back along a quiet, fading track. This fading longing, almost gone, it somehow still keeps holding on. A ghost of what I used to feel, a shadow that was once so real. This fading longing, finally free, or maybe just a part of me that learned to loosen its embrace and let time slowly take your place. And if one day you cross my mind, I won't be searching what to find, just something soft, a distant song where love once lived and moved along. I learned to wear a steady face in every crowded, quiet place, a practice curve upon my lips that never shows the cracks it hides. They say I'm strong, I let them think. I laugh a little more than I should feel, but every joke I throw away is just a shield I've learned to wield. If they could hear the thoughts I keep, they'd know the smile runs paper thin. I'm smiling through pain, don't look too close. There's more to me than what I show. 1,000 storms behind my eyes, 1,000 truths I've learned to hide. I'm smiling through pain, it's how I cope. A fragile mask, a thread of hope. And even when I start to break, I hold the smile I cannot shake. nights are louder than the days, where silence speaks in sharper ways. Every memory finds its place in corners I can't rearrange. I replay words I wish I changed, moments I can't disengage. And though the world keeps moving on, I'm standing still where you are gone. I keep it buried deep inside, so no one sees what I can't hide. I'm smiling through pain, don't ask me why. It's easier than to explain. A million pieces out of place, still held together by this face. I'm smiling through pain, it's all I know. To let it break would let it show. And I'm not ready to be seen beyond this quiet in between. If I let go, would I collapse or find a truth beneath the mask? Is there a version left of me that doesn't hide so carefully? Maybe healing starts with cracks, not just holding everything intact, but learning how to slowly bend without pretending it won't end. Every smile a quiet plea for someone else to notice me, not the version that I play, but who I am beneath the gray. I'm smiling through pain, but now I see it doesn't have to define me. The cracks I hide, the scars I owe, are parts of how I've grown alone. I'm smiling through pain, but maybe soon I'll let the truth step in the room and learn that I don't have to stay forever smiling through the pain. So if you see me laugh out loud, just know it's not the whole of now. There's more behind what I contain, a heart still healing through the pain. I packed away the things you left in boxes marked with no regrets, but every corner of this room still whispers like it's holding you. Your shadow lingers in the light, a quiet guest that stays each night. I try to sweep it all aside, but some things never say goodbye. I tell myself it's over now, but something in me won't allow this leftover longing won't let go. It stays in places no one knows, a trace of you in every breath that lingers long after what's left. This leftover longing, soft but strong, a quiet echo holding on. And even when I move ahead, it's still the voice inside my head. I change the songs, I change the view, avoid the streets that I cannot rearrange. This leftover longing won't let go. It hides beneath the calm I show. A quiet pull I can't outrun. A war that never quite feels done. This leftover longing, bittersweet. A rhythm missing from the beat. And even when I try to heal, it finds me in what I still feel. If I could cut you from my mind, erase the traces left behind, would I become someone brand new, or lose the part that came from you? Maybe love doesn't disappear, it just shifts shape and settles here. Not loud, not wild like it began, but something quiet I can't command. Every memory left behind, draw the line I can't unwind. Not as sharp as it once was, but still enough to hurt, because this leftover longing starts to fade, but never fully goes away. A softer ache, a gentler sound that lingers when no one's around. This leftover longing now I see is not just lost, but part of me. A piece of love that chose to stay, even when you walked away. So I'll carry what remains, not just sorrow, not just pain, but every moment, every song that turned into this lingering longing.